Hi guys, you all know who I am. Hope you like this new overlay type thing. It was done by a friend. It was commissioned. It was paid for. Um, yeah, as you can see along the bottom, we have little ways you can contact me. My little logo up in that corner, and then this will eventually become my streaming one, where you can also have chat on that bit there. Um, But anyway, this is how it's going to look now. Obviously, when I do like other vlogs, like my chili vlog, I'll still include the flame stuff, but it'll all be within this same window now. Um, but that's not what I talk about. Um, it's been a while since I've done a mental health vlog, so I figured, I would do one. Kind of a mixture between mental health and phobias. Um, as you know, I've suffered with mental health since I was like 15, coming on 16, which is like more than half my life because I'm 41 now. Um, and it's taken various forms over the years. But one thing it has led me to is it's led me to having phobias. It seems, I don't know if that seems logical to anyone. Um, it seems perfectly normal to me because when I run through things about how I get those fears, there's logical links to it. Um, for example, my mental health got so bad, I got a new job, and the night before I started that job, and the lead up to kind of starting it, like obviously I knew like a week or so before that I was going to start, and in the run up like to it, my mental health got so kind of stressed out and bad, that I couldn't handle it, and I was like, what happens if it's a bad job? What happens if I don't like it? What happens if blah 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 blah? And I decided I was gonna try and commit suicide. A bit of a weird one, you might think. A new positive start happening in your life, and you try to commit suicide. But the stress of it was just so much for me. Um, but I decided I was going to do it via drowning, not jumping in a lake or anything like that. Just kind of to just run a bath, and kind of sink myself in the bath and just do it that way. Um, and it also seemed logical because I knew that if I didn't go through with it, at least I'd be clean for the next morning, kind of thing. So it was kind of 50-50. If I died, positive. If I didn't die, positive. I was fresh for the next morning, kind of thing. Um, Again, it might seem a bit strange to you, that reasoning, but to me at the time it made perfect sense. So yeah, I tried to commit suicide and doing that. But after a few failed kind of submergences, I kind of gave up. And since then, I've had this huge phobia of getting my face wet. Like if I have a shower, I don't stand directly under the shower. I always stand kind of just slightly out so the top of the shower head hits like the back of my head, or my back, rather than the top of my head and goes down the front. I do it so it hits the back of my head and goes down the back of my head. Um, and that's purely so that my face doesn't get wet. I do wet my face, but only via a sponge. I will wet a sponge, like a soak sponge, and then kind of just rub it, kind of, and wash my face that way. But I won't completely submerge or completely wet my face, because I have this huge phobia that drowning is going to happen again. Um, Again, I don't know if any of you think that's kind of weird or what. Um, But to me, it's logical because I've been in a situation where I could have drowned. Oh dear. That's lemonade, by the way. So it's, to me, it's like a weird one, but at the same time, it makes sense. I don't know what any of you guys think of that. If you do, leave a comment or a like, or not a like. Obviously, you're not going to like the fact that I've committed suicide, tried to commit suicide. But you know what I mean? Like leave like a positive comment or a negative comment, or leave some sort of comment. Another one was when I was a youngster. I used to love needles. I used to be that sick little kid that would sit and watch them inject the needle into your skin, and it would fascinate me. Like when I used to get like shots, even right up to when I was it lower sight, so it'd be 12 to 15. Even like when I was 12 to 15, whatever year it is that you get your 6 jabbies on your forearm and then the needle. So rubella, measles, mumps, rubella, whatever it is, the MMR. Even when you got that one, even up to that point, it was before my mental health kicked in. I would still love to kind of watch them do the needle. And then my mental health kicked in. I started to self-harm. So I was experiencing the practice of cutting myself. So experiencing a piece of metal physically pierce my skin and it kind of producing blood. And that at the time I absolutely loved. Again, because it's connected to like the needle thing. But over time, once I'd realised that self-harming wasn't good, my brain also triggered that into self-harming isn't good, needles aren't good. So I obtained the phobia of needles, which, looking at me now, you're probably thinking, hang on, that is a completely different story, which I might tap into in a second. I'm not sure. Because I then stopped self-harming and everything, anytime I need to have a needle, like to give blood, not to give blood because I've never given blood. I don't think I can give blood now because I'm type 2 diabetic and cholesterol and everything, so I don't think I'm actually, and I'm on medication as well, like quite high medications, so I don't think I'm actually able to give blood in the sense of giving blood. But obviously I have to give blood for medication purposes. I have to have blood drawn. Having blood drawn, having needles, having the flu jab, because I'm type 2 diabetic, I'm entitled to the flu jab every year. And there's stuff like that anytime from now, every time from when I was about 15, 16, 17, every time I would have to have a needle, it really freaked me out, because of this kind of obtained phobia, linked to self-harm. So I couldn't handle it, because it would just make me think of all the times that I was self-harming, and I'm like, well, if I start having injections, am I going to start self-harming again? Lots of thoughts going through my brain at the time, connecting the two, even though I know logically the two aren't connected. Self-harming isn't good, whereas getting needles and having blood drawn for medical checkups and everything is a good thing, because it keeps you healthy. My brain doesn't connect to that. which is where this comes in. It's a piercing, it is going through the skin, it is creating blood, it is used with a needle, but I'm getting something positive out of it, and it is something I can physically see is positive, whereas just giving blood for medical purposes or getting injections like a flu jab, I'm not experiencing anything positive from that. Whereas at least if I have a piercing, I'm getting something I can physically see was worth the pain and agony, not agony as in the pain agony, but the stress agony kind of thing. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one how via my mental health I've obtained these weird little kind of, I don't know, what's the word? Tendencies or whatever you want to call them. There's little quirks that through mental health I've obtained them and everything. It's a bit of a weird one, I guess. I don't know if any of you who suffer from mental health, if any of you have suffered from mental health, whether you have anything similar to this, or whether it's the other way around where a fear or something has led to mental health or whatever. If you have any kind of experience of these kind of things, leave me a comment and we'll talk about it. I'd say you can contact me via any of these kind of outlets. Just let me know that you're chatting to me because of this video, and we'll talk about it. I've got loads that I could say on the subject, but it is like almost 3:30 in the morning on a Tuesday, 28th of September. My brain is going kind of crazy because it's just so early in the morning. I couldn't really sleep. I've been awake since about just before midnight. Been on and off between midnight and now. And I had this kind of weird kind of like, hey, let's do a vlog. What to do it on? Oh, let's do it on this. So now I've got up and thought about it, and it's kind of a good idea, I think. So I'll come and talk about it. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here because I think I've said pretty much what I wanted to say on my own account, but obviously if people want to talk about it, then I can bounce back from that conversation and talk about it in different means. I hope you've found this enlightening, at least. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like and nothing like that. It's nothing bad. I'm not going to put any kind of weird kind of things in the title that might get me struck for kind of badness, because I know Twitter and YouTube and Instagram are having this thing at the moment where they're kind of very anti-mental health, but they're not stopping to consider why that mental health is being talked about. They're just saying, oh, mental health, let's sprocket. They're not going for positive mental health or positively talking about their past experiences and how it's improved their life. They're just thinking mental health, that means that they're talking about suicide, that means they want to kill themselves, that means we're going to ban it. So there's lots of that going on at the moment. So I shall try and think of some weird kind of title for this video. And I'll see you all in another one. Thanks for watching.